Mrs. Festa's Math Lesson Summary, Unit 6, Expressions and Equations. We are on Lesson 10. You're looking for the page that says 6.10 and 6.11, More Distributive Property. Fill in the blanks. 4 times m and 4 times 3 is our first rectangle. So the width is 4. The length is m plus 3. The area then would be 4 times the m plus the 3. When we rewrite that as a sum, we get 4m plus the 4 times 3, which is 12. Rectangle B gives us a width of 5 and a length of x minus 7, because we're looking for the shaded part of that rectangle. Area as a product, 5 times the x minus the 7. Area as a difference this time is 5x minus the 5 times 7, which is 35. Example 1. Use the distributive property to write an equivalent expression. And we're going to use the distributive property to define the sum or difference, which means we're taking 5 times both pieces in the parentheses, so it's 5x, and 5 times 3 is 15. The addition sign remains the same. We have 8, and in parentheses, a minus 4. Again, we're taking 8 times both pieces in the parentheses, which means we have 8a, the subtraction sign stays the same, and then 8 times 4 is 32. 1/2, and in parentheses, x plus 10. So 1/2 times x, and half of 10 is 5, and the addition sign stays the same. Now we're working the other way, and we need to find a factor that works for both 11 and 44 to pull out of the equation. So 11 goes into 44, which means 11 is the common factor. If we pull 11 outside of the parentheses, we're left with x minus 4 inside the parentheses. Example 2. Choose one of the following expressions and use the distributive property to write an equivalent expression. So for 8a plus 10, 8 and 10 share a factor of 2, which means I can pull 2 out of both of those numbers. 8 divided by 2 would leave 4. And 10 divided by 2 would leave 5. So 4a plus 5 stays in the parenthesis, and the 2 comes outside of it. 1/3 a, and in the parentheses, 6b minus 15. So we want to see what shares a factor of 6 and 15. Well, that is 3. And if I pull the 3 out, 1/3 times 3 leaves just the a. So I could do it that way, or I can take the 1/3 times the 6 and the 15. 1/3 times 6 leaves me just 2. 1/3 times 15 leaves me just 5. So 2ab, because you're taking the a times both things, minus 5a. Things to remember. When simplifying expressions, using the distributive property, multiply what is directly outside the parentheses by every term inside the parentheses. Keep the original symbol that was between the terms, plus or minus. For example, a inside the parentheses is b plus c, so we're multiplying a times b and a times c. Working with subtraction, it stays the exact same, but instead of the addition sign, you have the subtraction sign in the middle.